Hi, my name is Kurt Seif. I'm here in the EWI Den. I'm super excited to tell you that I just finished a brand new EWI training program, and I know you're going to enjoy it. What if you could conquer rhythm and jazz articulation at the very same time, stop being held hostage by scales and chords when you improvise? Well, now you can, and I call it the EWI Etudes, and this is Volume One. It's video training that takes you step by step from notes to rhythm in order to gain freedom of ideas in the groove. And I've done my best to make it an easy, fast, and fun way to change your musical perspective. Way faster, I believe, than years and years of lessons, all the while hoping you're getting correct information. See, this program was born out of my own struggles as a young player. I remember in the early days, listening to recorded playbacks and thinking, man, something's missing. I do not sound like the guys on the recording. And that's a very frustrating spot. So if you've ever had that experience, shared that thought, or you're presently on the search, man, I get it. Please look at this program. It addresses the missing link, and it will boost your level of play. How can I be so sure about this? Well, after teaching for 40 years, I've noticed something about intermediate and advanced players. Their issues typically shake down to rhythm troubles. And I believe these issues are deeply rooted in the way we teach music. You know, historically, it's been a reading-centric approach in music education, meaning reading has been the main focus. And I see a tremendous advantage in moving to a composition-centric approach. You know, get your students into composition and their understanding multiplies. And that's just how I see it. And it is how I teach. And it really brings to light a completely different perspective. So usually in a lesson with a good player, at some point you're working on something and they ask a note question. It goes like this, it's like, hey man, that's cool, but what do you play over, insert some crazy chord symbol, right? In all my years of teaching, I've never had someone say, yeah, that's cool, but how can I reorganize my rhythmic approach? Ever. This has not happened. And I believe that unknowingly, most students suffer from the idea that notes are as important as rhythm, and nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, rhythm is the most important musical element. And if you want to explore this further, I suggest reading Victor's book, The Music Lesson. It's fun, creative, and addresses this point actually perfectly. And what's the point? Well, a rhythm problem is a profound musical problem. And I view rhythm as including the beat, the groove, and articulation. So the beat is the pulse, the groove is the subdivision of the beat that often defines the style of music that we're playing. And the articulation, well, herein lies the details and the nuance that add the finishing touches to any given style. And on the EWI, we control this by our tonguing. So rhythm, the big definition, it needs to be thoroughly and thoughtfully addressed at the practice stand, or else there's going to be profound weaknesses that prevent the player from progressing. The plan inside the EWI Etudes is to strengthen all three of these. Let's understand the rhythms, let's play accurately and hinge them on the beat, lock it to the groove, and play stylistically correct articulations. This must be in place to sound great. And then, just like magic, that something is no longer missing. So one more thing. The Etudes also addressed an overlooked link between reading and improvisation, which gives the improviser or the writer an unending source of melodic ideas. Let me show you how this all works inside the program and what we'll be digging into. There's 7 core rhythms. So there are 7 possible permutations of quarter notes and eighth notes within 2 beats. And you can use these to improve your music reading, but you can also use them to structure your improvisations and your writing. Basic jazz articulation will help you deliver your ideas stylistically correct. And this program is designed for training jazz articulation into your intuitive memory. So we'll also be digging into a whole bunch of stuff, like how to lock your playing to the groove in the rhythm section, how to control rhythmic motives in your solos, how to play a several chorus solo and know for sure you haven't repeated yourself. Wouldn't that be nice? I'll also show you some new improvisation techniques over 14 jam session friendly tunes that focus on rhythm, not notes, scales, and chords, right? We'll go over how to internalize the core rhythms and use them in your writing, your reading, and your improvisation. And this opens up a whole world of creative opportunities and much, much more. Heck, I'll even show you how to organize 14 great solo projects, giving you a boost for your next video recording project. The goal, change your musical perspective and gain freedom of ideas inside the groove. Let's go over what's included in the project. Well, first of all, there's the EWI Etudes book. It's a 55-page PDF including all the etudes, core rhythm concepts, all the exercises, and the practice checklist. The etudes themselves are solid melodic lines written over friendly jam session chord progressions that very logically introduce the core rhythms and the jazz articulations. You will find the parts in concert key, B flat, and E flat. They're all included in the PDF. There are 9 core rhythm concept video lessons, and they explain in detail the core rhythm concept and all of its variations. There are 14 reading video lessons, and every measure is explained and demonstrated in a practice along video format. There are 14 improvisation video lessons, and they demonstrate how to use the core rhythms in your improvisations. This is unique content. It's delivered with EWI Den's usual clear and concise explanation, followed by immediate application. There are 14 demo tracks. Each etude is performed as an example for you, and then there's 14 play-along tracks where you can play the etudes independent of the demo, checking your understanding and building your independence. I've also included an iReal Pro playlist with 14 additional tracks, and that's perfect for an extended project or practicing improvisation techniques over multiple courses. That's a bunch of stuff, and I'm sure I forgot something, but now the great news, the EWI Etudes Volume One training videos, $57. That's still less than 1 hour of private lessons, and I believe the perspective change alone is worth it. So thank you for your time. Have a great day. Take care.